Jeremiah chapter 32. The message came to Jeremiah from the Lord during the 10th year of Zedekiah's reign as king of Judah, which coincided with the 18th year of Nebuchadnezzar's rule. At that time, the Babylonian army, led by King Nebuchadnezzar, had laid siege to Jerusalem, and Jeremiah the prophet was confined to the courtyard of the prison located within the king of Judah's palace. Zedekiah, the king of Judah, had imprisoned Jeremiah, questioning why he prophesied that the city of Jerusalem would fall into the hands of the Babylonian king. Jeremiah had foretold that Zedekiah himself would not escape the Chaldeans but would be captured, meet Nebuchadnezzar face to face, and be taken to Babylon. Despite any efforts to resist the Chaldeans, they would not succeed. Jeremiah received another word from the Lord, revealing a family matter. Hanameel, Jeremiah's cousin, was about to approach him and offer to sell him a piece of land in Anathoth. As a close relative, Jeremiah had the right of redemption, allowing him to purchase the property. True to the word of the Lord, Hanameel came to Jeremiah in the prison courtyard and proposed that he buy the land in Anathoth, which was in the territory of Benjamin. Jeremiah recognized that this was indeed the word of the Lord. Jeremiah proceeded to buy the field from Hanameel, weighing out the agreed-upon price, which amounted to 17 shekels of silver. To formalize the transaction, he drafted a deed, sealed it, and called upon witnesses to testify. The documentation included both a sealed copy, as required by law and custom, and an unsealed one. With the purchase deed in hand, Jeremiah entrusted it to Baruch, the son of Neriah and Maaseiah, in the presence of Hanameel and the witnesses who had signed the document. This transaction took place before all the Jews who were present in the prison courtyard. Jeremiah instructed Baruch to store the sealed and unsealed deeds in an earthen vessel to preserve them for an extended period, as the Lord had decreed that houses, fields, and vineyards would once again be possessed in the land. After delivering the deeds to Baruch, Jeremiah turned to the Lord in prayer, acknowledging God's greatness as the creator of heaven and earth. He recognized that nothing was too difficult for the Lord, who displayed love and justice. Jeremiah prayed for God's guidance and reminded the Lord of his mighty deeds in delivering the people of Israel from Egypt, bringing them into the promised land. However, Jeremiah lamented that the people had turned away from God's commands and provoked his anger with their disobedience. He acknowledged the impending capture of Jerusalem by the Chaldeans and the fulfillment of the Lord's earlier command for him to buy the field as a sign that the city would be delivered into the hands of Nebuchadnezzar. In response to Jeremiah's prayer, the word of the Lord came to him again, reassuring him that nothing was too hard for God. The Lord affirmed that he would indeed give the city of Jerusalem into the hands of Nebuchadnezzar, who would set it on fire due to the idolatry that had defiled the houses and roofs of the city. The Lord expressed his anger toward the children of Israel and Judah, who had consistently done evil in his sight since their youth. The Lord considered Jerusalem a source of anger and fury since its construction. Despite their disobedience, the Lord promised to gather the people of Israel from all the countries where they had been scattered in his anger, and he would bring them back to the promised land, where they would dwell securely. They would once again become his people, and he would be their God. The Lord vowed to give them one heart and one way, causing them to fear him forever. He would establish an everlasting covenant with them, putting his fear in their hearts to prevent them from turning away from him. God promised to rejoice over them and plant them securely in the land. He declared that, just as he had brought great evil upon them, he would fulfill all the good promises he had made to them. The Lord assured that fields would be bought in the land, even in places considered desolate, as a sign of their return from captivity. People would purchase fields for money, draw up legal documents, seal them, and call witnesses in various regions of Judah, including Benjamin, Jerusalem, the mountains, the valleys, and the southern cities. The return of the captives to their land was the declaration of the Lord.